So, wow, what an adventure I have been on in the last, gosh, I think it's been almost 2 months since my last video. As you may or may not know, the last video, uh, we were supposed to leave where we are now, and which I'm basically staying with my some relatives, and uh, we had to leave, and I didn't have a lot of money at the time, and so I was gonna go and get a tent and like rough it at a park and just sort of try to build up from there, like get a vehicle, get some storage, and just start this whole urban nomad thing from the ground up, right? Well, suffice it to say, what happened was I could not get the money to even buy a tent. I went to one store where I had a gift card and they didn't have any tents. It was the weirdest thing. Like, how do you not have any tents, right? And then out of the blue, a guy that I had looked at his Airbnb called me up in the midst of all this and said, "Oh, are you still looking for a place? I have this short-term rental situation in Hollywood. Come check it out." So I went to check it out, and basically he let us in with just $100 down. And basically what it was like a youth hostel situation. It was an office that they were trying to rent out as like Airbnb temp stays. And anyway, I just took it because I needed to get in somewhere. And I felt like that was an open door because nothing else was working. And I figured then I could get on my feet and do whatever. Well, I'm going to have another video about what happened, but it was just, it was horror. It was like, it should have been called the Hollywood Horror Hotel or Hollywood Hell Hotel, because it just went downhill from there. I mean, it just was crazy what happened there. And inevitably, it ended up getting shut down because it turned out the guy was doing it totally illegally. And I'm back at my relative's place again. So, that's where we are. So this time, so I'll do another video all about the Hollywood Hell Hotel, okay? Because it's pretty humorous. I mean, it was pretty bad and humorous at the same time. So, but anyway, where are we now today? So I'm back here, and I'm not doing that again. I'm like, I've had it. Like, so we're right back where we started, minus $2,500, which is what it cost to rent that place for about a month and a half. And I have nothing to show for that $2,500. And this is my big gripe with the whole rental thing. And I'm just sick of it. I'm beyond sick of it. I am so sick of it that I'm willing to just get the most beat up, junkiest RV and just go. Which brings me to the subject of this video. We could call this launch number 2, I guess. And basically, let's see. So we have to be out of where I'm at in about 3 days, because they're only allowed to have guests for 3 days at a time. And so I'm determined, my wife is like, "Oh, let's go find an apartment and, $1,800 a month, $1,500 a month, whatever." And I'm like, that's freaking $20,000 a year. And I'm going to talk about this in another video, and I'm just realizing how horrible the whole rent thing is. Like, so as soon as you sign that lease, you're back $20,000. I mean, if you're making $60,000 a year, then you have to work for, 4 months just to break even. And it's just garbage, right? It's the rat race. So I'm gonna do another video on that subject, because I could go on about that forever. But basically, I just said, no, forget that. I recently got paid. I do have a little money now. So so I looked on Craigslist for just like the cheapest RV I could find in my budget range, which was $1,000. And I found this ugly green thing for $850, and I'm about to go look at it. And I also thought, well, maybe I could make payments on a nicer RV. And I found a guy in Pomona who does have a nicer RV that he's selling for $10,000. and he's willing to take $850 down and I can make payments for a month every month. But we have to work out the insurance issue, and like, you know, is he protected in case something breaks or I have an accident or whatever. The problem is that's all taking too long. I'm thinking I'm just going to get this ugly green thing and just go with that and then fix it up and kind of go there. Then we'll be started. So I'm about to go, and you can join me as I go and check it out. My main thing with the ugly green thing is, like, you know, it looks pretty bad from the pictures I saw. He says everything works, except it's just ugly, right? It's just ugly, and I can deal with ugly. Ugly's fine. I don't know if my wife and kids can deal with ugly, but the way I'm looking at it is like we can fix it up. Everything we can, you know, that's bad, we can repair, clean, but at least we'd have a place to sleep, and sleep is the main number one issue. And then we can kind of go from there. And the thing about RVs that I'm always saying is, like, it buys you options. It gives you breathing room. Like, you know, if you have to leave your place really quickly for whatever reason, or you're being evicted, or your apartment's being shut down, or whatever, you're in a domestic dispute, whatever it is, and you have to move quickly, nothing's more stressful than thinking, oh, where are we going to go? And nothing's more stressful than worrying about, oh, I got to go pay Airbnb or hotel $100 to $200 a day, whatever it is, some ridiculous price. But if you had an RV, you could just chill out in the RV, rough it in the RV while you figure out your next move, right? And I should have done this a long time ago. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I just feel like it'll give us options. I can still get an apartment. I can still buy a better RV. I can still do everything else I need to do, but at least I'd have a place to sleep and a kind of a home base, a place to put my stuff. So that's it. So this is the beginning of our journey, because I'm determined in the next day or two to buy something. I'm probably going to just buy this ugly green thing today, if it has enough sleeping space, if it's tolerable. So yeah, so come join me on my adventure. Okay, talk to you soon.